Hello again, Struck. Today I'm bringing you another video for upcoming games and for July as well. And this one is kind of centered around games that exist on the Epic Store. Sure, some of them exist on other platforms, some of them are new to Epic and Epic exclusive, others are releasing simultaneously on multiple platforms when it comes to PC at least. And others are on PC, on console, and so on. And then there's also those titles that are not new, but new to the Epic Store. And yeah, I decided I've been giving Steam a ton of attention, but I should make a video where my focus was Epic. And there are games that I've been missing because I haven't been looking much on stores other than Steam when it comes to PC. So yeah, there is this video, upcoming July games that maybe you might want to play that are on the Epic Store, as well as other platforms. So buckle up, I hope you enjoyed this video and let's go. Game number 1, Arcadegeddon. Arcadegeddon seems like an interesting experience. It's a co-op multiplayer or single player game that you can play, a third-person shooter. And it seems to have interesting things about it, but it also has a cash shop. It is a buy to play game, but it has a cash shop, so the cash shop is most likely going to be the thing people don't like. But it says 13 to 35 battle royale and action adventure players. That's the target audience. A secondary target audience, shooter and co-op gamers who are looking for an easier entry game that can grow with them in difficulty. So you have PvP, you have co-op, you have PvE as far as I'm understanding, and it looks good. Explore ever-changing stages in unique biomes, find hidden chests, and defeat numerous enemy types and bosses. Battle your friends mid-run in PvP challenges for bonus wood. Enjoy Arcadegeddon at your speed of play. Play along to music created by a variety of world-renowned music producers, and you can play solo or with up to 3 friends in this cooperative multiplayer shooter. It looks impressive. At least one thing we know that the Unreal Engine is good for, and that's shooters, third person, first person, and the game seems to be made on the Unreal Engine. There's character customization, and most likely in the cash shop there's those customizable items. I haven't looked into the game's cash shop to tell you whether there is some sort of non-cosmetic bullshit. Hopefully there isn't, because it would ruin the game for me, especially knowing that there's competitive stuff and elements. But other than that, I wish I could play the game, to be honest. Releasing, actually, this game already released on the 5th of July. And I hope if someone has played the game could share their thoughts in the comment section regarding what they think about it. Since I wanted to start the video with games that already are up, already are out, the ones from the beginning of the month, this is another one, Giana Sisters Twisted Dreams. It's releasing, actually it already released on the 1st of July on the Epic Store, but that's not the original release of the game. The original release was almost 10 years ago, 22nd of October 2012. But it's at an extremely low price. It's 90% off, so you can get it for less than €1 right now. At least in my region, you get it for like 75 euro cents. So it's an interesting platformer with co-op elements. I'm not sure if the expansion is included. It doesn't seem to be, but I know there is an expansion in that game. And yeah, it's 90s era PC platformer with a game inspired by classics. Bringing back the 90s era PC platformer with a game inspired by classics like Commander Keen, Conquer, Rough and Tumble, and Just Jackrabbit. It's nice. You play as one of the Giana sisters, but in co-op, someone else can control the other one. I'm not a big fan of platformers. Platformers, you probably know I don't like them. But this one looks like a very decent one to people who have been looking for something new, especially considering that it's now 90% off. And I think this 90% off spans across multiple platforms. It's on Epic as a new title on Epic, but it's already on Steam, Humble, GOG, Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. So, Giana Sisters, Twisted Dreams, hopefully is to people's liking, and it's a good title to include in this list. The next title on the list is Time on Frog Island. And this one will be available on the 12th of July. On the 12th of July 2022. Developed by Half Past Yellow. And it seems like an interesting title. It's also gonna be on Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, Steam, PlayStation 5, 4, and it's not a bad game per se. It's just not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. As you can see, it's got third-person kind of exploration, isometric in a way, but the camera is kind of moving in certain scenes. I think this is gonna be for the younger audiences, something you could give your kids to play, keep them busy. But who knows, maybe there will be some adult people who would enjoy a game like this. I thought it's good to include it in the list, so I did. A little bit about it: shipwrecked on a strange island, explore at your own pace, trade to fix your boat, experiment with everything. So a lot of the objects you pick up would be able to have their own use. So you would be encouraged to explore and experiment in this game. So yeah, Time on Frog Island, 12th of July 2022. The next one we've got on the list is called The Tale of Bistun, or Bistun. I think it might be pronounced Bistun, because The Tale of Bistun is a story-driven action-adventure game inspired by the famous Persian tragic romance Khosrow and Shirin, or Khosrow, maybe that's pronounced V, like V, the W. But Khosrow or Khosrow and Shirin, a stone carver with no memory of who he is, must traverse blighted lands to discover his identity and the source of a pleading, strangely familiar whisper. Explore beautiful but blighted lands. I could agree about beautiful and blighted. Visually, from the footage I've seen, it looks that way. An ancient Persian myth, as I already said, omniscient narrator, fast-paced combat, and engraved the past. Visually, the game looks fun. I think there will be people out there who will really enjoy it. How much combat and how much of the other elements in the game there will be, it's hard to tell from the trailers. But if you're looking for something new, kind of third person, story driven with interesting story, nice visuals, the combat seems smooth, but there's also probably going to be a lot of puzzles and things to solve. Looking for something in that genre, and this looks like something you might play, then I'm happy I'm including the game for those of you who end up testing the game. And if you end up testing the game, do tell, feel free to share your opinion of it in the comments, because again, it's not a Diablo style action RPG, but it has action and RPG elements, even though that's not it's not like a Wooter game, typical Wooter. It's still something that I could see myself playing if I were given a chance to try it. So the Tale of Bistun will be coming not just on the Epic Store, but also Steam, Humble, GOG, Switch, and Xbox. And it seems like it's releasing at the same time in all platforms. So yeah, the release date is the 13th of July 2022, and the developers are Black Cube Games. Next off, we have another game coming on the 13th of July. It is Undergrave, a game developed by Wired Dream Studios. It is described as a tactical roguelike which moving, jumping, dashing, and throwing your sword away strategically is vital for success. I was reading verbatim here, kind of weirdly worded, but okay. Punch into the depths of the Void Realm in Undergrave. Cut through the enemies in a straight line, dealing damage on them if you have your sword, or dodging through them if you have no sword. That's what dashing does. Jumping. Jump from a square to another, dealing stun effect on the enemies around if you have your sword, or only pushing them if you have no sword. Throw. The throw mechanic works that way. Throw your sword on an enemy, dealing damage. The movements cost less stamina when you are unarmed. You can catch your sword back mid-dash or on a jump, killing some enemies using less stamina. Perfect your strategy, combine your abilities to oversmart the enemies and find the best move for every turn. One interesting thing about this game is the platforms it's launching for. On PC we have Epic and Steam, but it also has Android as a potential platform you might want to play it on. The release date, as I mentioned, the 13th of June 2022, developed by Ward Dream Studios, Undergrave. Hopefully it's to someone's liking. It's also on itch.io. So if you look for Undergrave on itch.io, you can already download an APK for Android, or there's a zip file for Windows. In fact, you can also play it on itch.io online through the browser. The next game on this list is Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap, available for Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, Android. When it comes to computers, it's on Epic, Steam, GOG, and Humble. It is not a new game, but it is new to Epic. The release date on the Epic Store will be 14th of July 2022, and it's been out for quite some time. Initial release date the 8th of June 2017, so 5 years already that the game has been there. There have been various patches. There's a patch that adds Wonder Girl alongside Wonder Boy that can be played. Things that added some HD music, 8-bit music, and HD graphics and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff about this game that has been improved. Let's give you a quick summary. Cursed into a half-human, half-lizard monstrosity by the Mecha Dragon, a lonesome adventurer is facing the challenge of a lifetime. In search for a cure, our mutated anti-hero will explore the many traps of Monsterland and defeat many stuff-throwing, curse-wielding dragons. How many more transformations can one helpful body survive as it turns into a lizard, a mouse, a piranha, a lion, and a hawk? The 6 different forms of our shape-shifting hero make up the cast of this non-stop action-adventure platformer. So yes, again, platformer, not my preferred choice of genre to play. But that doesn't mean there aren't some of you out there that would enjoy and love playing this game. So, just to give you an idea, I'm gonna open Steam, GOG, and Humble and tell you the price there. On Steam, it's 20 bucks without the soundtrack, 20 euro in my region, 19 euro in GOG. So you can expect such a price on Steam. I think for a platformer that has been updated for quite some time and fully improved and whatever, after 5 years, maybe for 20 bucks it will be worth it. That's why I included it. I think it will be a solid title for those who are looking for a more semi-casual platformer. I'm not sure how difficult it will be, whether actual casual players would enjoy it, but it caught my eye. So Wonder Boy, already out on many platforms and soon to be out on the Epic Store. Now here comes an interesting title, Ice in the Dark, the curious case of one Victoria Bloom. Developed by Under the Stairs, published by Gearbox Publishing, releasing on the 14th of July 2022. And as far as I can tell, it will be on Epic and Steam. The one thing that really caught my eye is the visuals, the art style of this black and white game. It's only black and white, not even shades of gray and stuff, just black and white. Very nice art style, not just that it's black and white, but the designs of the monsters, of the character, of the props, of the levels. It's very distinguishing, and big ups for making something different and gambling on something with just black and white. It's still kind of a platformer, not my preferred genre. In fact, it's one of the genres I normally avoid playing, at least for for a long time. I mean, I could play a platformer here and there, but not for too long. The effects seem good. Fight with light against the dark in this roguelite platformer starring Victoria Bloom. Drive back the darkness that's over on Bloom Manor and conquer swarms of creatures as you discover powerful new items to upgrade your arsenal. So yeah, hopefully some people out there enjoy Ice in the Dark. And hopefully you leave some comments telling me whether you liked it as well if you do try it. Next up, we have another game that has been out for quite some time, but it's new to the Epic Store. Rat Rogers, or Red Rogers, maybe is the American way to say it. Red Rogers Radical Edition, developed by Slipgate Ironworks, published by Handy Games. On the 15th of July 2022, it's coming to the Epic Store, but it's been out since the 21st of February 2018. The platforms this game is on other than Epic are Steam, Humble, GOG, Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. So the one thing that really caught my eye is that it does have a lot of famous characters, such as Duke Nukem, such as Wo Wang from Shadow Warrior, such as Bombshell, and so on. It has some of those famous character inside it, but you're playing a 90s era style platformer. Again, inspired by things like Commander King, Conquer, Rough and Tumble, and Just Jackrabbit, another such game. So yeah, Rad is back and he has brought friends. So besides Rad Rogers, you can play, as I mentioned, with some other characters from other franchises. The combat seems fun, and for a platformer, this looks like a very action-packed platformer, my kind of platformer. Hopefully there aren't too many jumping puzzles and puzzles that need solving, because that's normally what pisses me off in those games, but I know they're a crucial part of games like those. There's also two-player co-op, amazing feature. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that there will be a lot of you out there that would enjoy something like that. Might not be my cup of tea, but who knows, maybe it's yours. Hope you enjoyed, and if you have played it already, or if you get it when it's on the Epic Store, feel free to share what you think about the game with us. Next up, we have a game called Endling, Extinction is Forever, where the main character is a fox, mind you. You are a fox. Will a vixen, the last of its kind, be able to save its 3 little cubs? As the last mother fox, keep your cubs alive and reach the only place on Earth where humans cannot harm them. So a very strange game, definitely something I couldn't see myself playing and enjoying, but I can see a lot of people out there playing and enjoying such a game. For me, it might be a little bit boring with the lack of combat and stuff, but some people would want to be on a journey where you are a fox and your little fox cubs are following you. You're trying to avoid danger. You're trying to save them. from birds of prey and nasty humans and angry deer that have their horns on fire, antlers on fire. So yeah, Endling coming on the 19th of June for Epic, Steam, GOG, Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Now we have another game that is coming, and it's not an out release, but a new release across all platforms. Hazel Sky, another extremely different game from the rest of those in this list. It's a heartfelt adventure about a young engineer facing his destiny and his desires. Fix ramshackle flying machines and jump, climb, swing, and slide through a beautiful, mysterious world. And yes, the world does look beautiful. It doesn't look like there will be a lot of combat compared to what I normally like in my games. But developed by Coffee Addict Studios, published by Neon Doctrine, coming on the 20th of July 2022 on Epic, Steam, Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. It looks like an interesting adventure if you're into story and things like that, rather than combat and walking and builds. So yeah, it might not be a game I would see myself playing and then enjoying it for a long time, but I know there are people who enjoy such games somewhere out there on my channel watching my videos, and I've included that for their sake. Looks like a cool game. Looks like a cool game. You can repair stuff. You can discover the fates of those who faced the trials before you and those who failed. You can take the skies in the ramshackle flying machines. Overall, an interesting game. Hazel Sky, 20th of July 2022. Hopefully some of you enjoyed. And now at the end of the video, I've included a game that is releasing in July 2022, but it doesn't have a fixed date, which means it might not release in July. It depends. Neither platform tells me a fixed release date. Steam says coming soon. Epic says July 2022. GOG says coming soon. So I don't know the exact date, but it will be on Epic, Steam, GOG, Humble, Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. And a little bit about A Tale of Paper Refolded. A Tale of Paper is a puzzle platformer that tells the story of Line, a magical character made of paper who can use origami to change its shape, transform into a frog, a rocket, a bird, and more as Line embarks on an emotional journey to fulfill the dream of its creator. Experience the story of Line and then embark on 3 prequel chapters featuring a different paper protagonist with its own origami shapeshifting abilities and tale to tell. Regarding key features, again, the transformations, the shapeshifting is pretty solid. Jump high as an origami frog, turn into a paper plane and soar. Discover 7 forms, each with its own pros and cons. Small hero in a big world, overcome challenges, solve puzzles, and escape danger as you journey across beautifully crafted environments. And I agree about the beautifully crafted. It looks nice visually, this game. Discover bonus chapters, complete the main adventure, and unlock 3 prequel chapters with new characters. So obviously pretty solid if you're into that kind of gameplay. Again, too much of a platformer for me, and probably with a lot of puzzles, but some of you might enjoy it. Developed by Open House Games, published by Digerati. It is a unique game for sure, and that means probably a niche player base is targeted. Hopefully this game finds its players, its audience, because I'm sure there will be people who would enjoy it. A Tale of Paper Refolded sometime in July. Hopefully some of you enjoyed. To get notified when I upload more content like this one or other builds and guides for Wooter and not so Wooter games, you can subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to not miss out on notifications. As well as keep in mind there's something called memberships on YouTube, which lets you be a paying member for my channel to get access to perks such as emotes and badges made by me, as well as the option to get one-on-one tutoring for the very basics of Adobe Photoshop, Premiere and After Effects. And memberships can be cancelled at any time if you no longer want to be a member. Thanks for watching all the way until the end, Struck Web. Keep it cool until next time, and goodbye.